Hi, hello. I am going to tell you a story this morning, and it is about an encounter which I didn't think I would have, but doesn't surprise me. It typifies to me the insanity of public reaction to a non-existent pandemic, and it shows to me that very good people, very nice people, have lost their judgement and can behave a little bit mad. So, we'll begin. I make an appointment to go and see my doctor. I'm usually well, so this is not a usual occurrence for me. I am mask exempt. I have a lovely lanyard with a red ribbon round my neck saying mask exempt, and a big mask exempt thing here. I wear it all the time when I'm out, and I go to the doctor. I wait in the waiting room on one of maybe 5 chairs in a huge room while everyone else mingles around outside with their masks on in the cold, waiting for, I don't know, pharmacist to come out of the pharmacy there and deal with them from across a kind of Berlin Wall of barricades. The doctor calls my name and I go in to say hello. So she meets me in the corridor and she has protective overalls, gloves, mask and apron. She points to a room where we're going to go, and I walk in there and she calls me and she says, could I please just go to the wall and work my way round the door and into the left-hand side, and there's a chair I can go to. So I think, oh gosh, this must be social distancing on an extreme scale. So I do, and she can barely get into the room. She doesn't know what to do with herself, and I can see she's agitated. Where is your mask? She said. I point to my mask exemption and she says, we don't treat people without a mask unless they tell us in advance. And people who don't have masks have to tell us, and then they come in at the end of the day round a side room, round a side back entrance into a special room prepared for them, and then they're shoved out as soon as possible after their consultation, and then we have to disinfect the entire room. And the underlying words were, because you are all so dangerous and irresponsible. Anyhow, doctor standing a long way over on the other side of the consulting room. I'm sitting on the chair I've been told to sit on, and it's clear that she's not going to be able to examine me. I have I've got tummy problems, and she's not going to be able to get near me. So we have this conversation where she says, why are you not wearing a mask? And I try to think of something sensible to say, and I do say something sensible, and it doesn't make any difference. So I say to her, look, would it help if I have a big cardigan, if I put my cardigan over my head? Yes, she said, that will do. So I put my cardigan over my head. I haven't got anything here to show you. Let's pretend this is my cardigan, and I have this huge thing over my head like this. And she says, and I'm thinking, well, that's okay for you. You've just said yes to that. That's not sensible nor sane. There's something wrong here. So I took it off and I said, I can't possibly do that. She said, I can see how agitated you're getting. We will have to go into this room, which we have not had time to prepare, but we will have to go in there. So we go in there, and I have to be maybe 10 feet away from her, because I'm getting more dangerous as the minutes pass, and she's getting more anxious about her own life and the life of everyone around her. This is a GP. This is a doctor who has a duty of care to the people who come and see her. This is getting really out of hand and extremely exaggerated. So we go in there, and eventually I'm ready for my examination, and the doctor comes in And coming near me, she's now got a visor on. She puts her hand out like this, and it looks like I can't touch this woman. She is just living death. I can't. And I turn my head to answer a question, and her hand is hovering here because she can't actually touch me because I may kill her. And I speak to her, and she pulls her hand away and she says, "We do all the talking on the phone. The examining room is for silence." So I think, okay, I'll shut up. Even my words can kill you. So we have the examination, and I think, and then during the examination, she said, as though this was an explanation, she said, my sister just died of COVID, and that was meant to make me go, oh my God, look what I've done. Now, my reaction wasn't that. I am deeply sorry for anyone's death. But in the context of this, I wanted to say exactly how. And I also wanted to say, why are you at work? This has clearly sent you over the edge. Why are you at work? Because the underlying intention, I heard it as, look what someone like you has done. And now you're still doing it. This is all because I didn't have a mask on. The end of the consultation, with me holding my head to the wall so that my breath wouldn't add to her distress, she did do the examination. She did give me further, she did arrange for further tests. And she gave me a pep talk about how people like me might feel well, but we are probably not well, and we are endangering everybody else. And I understand this is the narrative that she's given, but she's a doctor, and she deals with people, and it was so unbalanced. It actually felt insincere. And she told me that now, because of me, they had to come in and disinfect this room and fumigate it, as if, now look what you've made me do. And I thought, there's nobody in the waiting room. You're not seeing that many people. You probably have tons of people in the surgery kind of going, what do we do now? Have we disinfected all the rooms? Yeah, well, let's just do one more. Oh, I hear that there's a very irresponsible killer. This woman who lives in Bognor, she's been in that room over there. Let's go in and disinfect that. So I'm thinking, well, you probably do have the time to do it. It won't actually matter in the long run. And my other thought was, you really don't have to do it. You really don't, you know. So she goes away and leaves me to get dressed. She's going to spend time in her room writing out her notes, and I have to go get dressed and go back to reception. Now, that is the encounter that I had. I think that this was a very unhelpful, extreme overreaction to a member of the public who is mask exempt. You see, I can understand if this was a real pandemic, then I would be irresponsible. But then I wouldn't actually go to the doctor. There wouldn't be any chance of any kind of face-to-face encounter at all if it was a real killer disease virus. That there just wouldn't be, you know? And I can mingle outside in public with people, but I can't in a room with an actual doctor who is covered from head to toe in protective plastic. I understand that doctors have to be cautious and careful, and I have met doctors who are really sensible, very compassionate, and quite wise, as well as being highly educated and dedicated to their doctoring. But this doctor made me want to overreact. She was doing a dance of such horror about me that I kind of wanted to lean towards her and go, oh, That's not a grown-up thing to do. I didn't do that. But I thought, this is insincere. This is insane. What are you doing? And if you are bereaved, why are you here? Go home. I'm so sorry for you. Go home. Rest. You know? So, this experience has made me never want to go back to that surgery again. But of course I will, because I'm a grown-up. You know, I was minded of those three triangles that you hear about, which is the adult, the child, and the parent. And I'm thinking, I have to keep trying to be an adult. That lady, that doctor, was veering between parent and child. And it was really hard to not join her and play this game of kind of toxic COVID pantomime. So I will go back, and I wish her well, because I don't think she's very well. I will continue to be healthy and wise and loving, and I will continue to interact with my fellow humans, because most of all, and I keep saying this, we need each other. We must not lose contact with each other. We must not find each other terrifying, dangerous, toxic, hazardous, and silently murderous. That's not true. We're not like that. So I shall just continue. And I thank her for actually doing the examination. I will go back to the surgery, and I wish her all the best, actually, because things must be really hard for her. So that's my story for today. God bless. Bye.